Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back, and today I'm doing the unhaul challenge. I am a huge fan of unhauling books and kind of cultivating your bookshelves to suit your needs, and that's why when I saw this unhaul challenge going around, I figured I would do it. This is basically a series of prompts created by Books and Lala to help you kind of cull your book collection and get rid of some of those books that you know deep down you're never gonna read. The first prompt is a book that you rated low. I actually have two for this one. The first being Because You Love to Hate Me, 12 short stories of villainy edited by Amarie. This is a really cool concept. It is books based on prompts by YouTubers, which I thought was really cool, booktubers specifically. But I ended up giving this a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was very average. It was not what I expected. If you're interested, I rated each individual story on my Goodreads review, so you can go ahead and check that out. There were some that I really enjoyed. I remember enjoying Victoria Schwab's and Nicola Yoon and I think Cindy Pons, but a lot of the other ones I thought were just average or below average, so that's how I got this rating. I averaged together my ratings for all of these short stories and ended up with a 2.5. I am just disappointed with this. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and I'm never going to reread it, so I'm getting rid of it. Another book that I thought was just average that I'm never going to reread that I ended up giving a 3 out of 5 stars was Geekerella by Ashley Poston. This book was really fun and cute for what it was, but again, it's a Cinderella retelling. It was average. I'm never gonna reread it, and I'm hoping that this will go to someone who will really enjoy it way more than I did. Even though I thought it was good, I don't think it was great. The next question is a book you changed your mind about. For this one, I have For a Divergent Collection by Veronica Roth. This is short stories. Some of them take place during Divergent. They're just from Tobias's perspective. Some of them are before, some of them are after. These were good, but I haven't picked this up since this collection came out. I haven't actually picked up any of the Divergent books since I read them first. So I just don't think this is necessary for me to own. I'm not going to go back and read it. If I really want to, I'll pick it up from the library. And plus, it's missing its dust jacket. I just don't need it anymore. The next question is a series you won't complete. Now, I'm a never say never kind of person. I don't know if I'll never complete this series in particular, but every time I looked at it on my shelf, it never was a priority for me. I don't think I'm going to get through this quickly. I've read the first book, but not the other ones, and that is The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. This series is highly praised on BookTube, and I understand why. The first book was good. I think I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. But again, every time I looked at this on my shelf, I just had either that sense of dread or I would want to read something else first, and I don't think this is ever going to take priority for me. I may try and get the audiobooks from my library and read them that way, but I just think it's time for me to let this series go to a better home. The next prompt is a book that you DNF'd. For this, I'm picking I Wrote This For You, Just the Words by Ian Thomas. This is a collection of kind of poetry. It's really weirdly formatted. I guess because the original had pictures with it and I didn't know that. I just picked up this at my used bookstore and I ended up getting halfway through and just DNFing it. I don't think I'm gonna end up finishing this just because some of the poems were really long and I think they had to have photos to go with them to make them make a little more sense. So I might try and pick up the copy with pictures, but for now I'm DNFing this and I don't know when I'm gonna get to it again. Then the next prompt is a book you have multiple copies of. For this, I am relinquishing my second copy of The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This is just a paperback version that has pretty neat covers, but I have my original hardbacks. I don't think you can see them, they're up there on my shelf, and I just don't feel the need to have a second copy. The reason why I bought these is because I thought they were hardcover and I accidentally got rid of the dust jackets on my original copies, so I wanted something that looked really nice on my shelves. But I ended up wanting to keep the copies that I read originally because they have a lot of sentimentality for me, and I'm just gonna give these to a better home again. Then the next prompt is a book that you're never gonna get to, and I really looked at my shelves for this one and ended up picking The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. This is a young adult paranormal vampire novel, but it's not like the traditional paranormal vampire, so that's why I've kept it on my shelf for so long. I've heard such good things about it, but there's more stuff on my shelf that I want to read way before this one, so I'm just gonna give up for now and give this away. Then we have a book that you bought because of the hype. For this, I'm going with Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella. I found this at my local used bookstore for really cheap, and I had seen a bunch of people talk about it, so that's why I picked it up. I really don't know anything about this, other than I think it deals with anxiety. I haven't read any Sophie Kinsella. I don't really have any interest in reading Sophie Kinsella, so I'm gonna give this back to the used bookstore where I got it from. Then the next one is a cover buy, and for this, I'm going with The Trader's Kiss by Erin Beatty. This is 100% a cover buy. Look at this cover. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I bought this a while ago, I think right when it came out, because the cover was really pretty and the synopsis sounded semi-interesting. But since then, I've heard really not great things about this, mixed things about this, and I was keeping it on my shelf because of the cover, but why would anyone do that? Then number 9 is a book you don't know anything about, and for this I'm going with Before She Ignites by Jodi Meadows. This was an Owl Crate unboxing for me, and I have no interest in reading. I still have three Owl Crates books that I have not read yet, and this was the one that I didn't know anything about, so I'm just gonna give this one away and hopefully someone will really enjoy it. So that is it for my book unhaul challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!